But that team that's coming in off of
one of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time. A first carry now for Kenneth Dixon. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 49 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. On first down, they go with Dixon. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And here are the Chicago defensive starters.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Right back to Dixon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's
right. But it also burst pipes after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. And the first 3 points of the night belong to our home team as they get the field goal on the game's initial drive.
A good, solid drive. It didn't wind up in the end zone, but that's okay. You've got something positive on the board, and you got the early lead.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first look is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They'll look to throw. And Graham's got it over the middle. And a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Six yards to go here on second down. They're going to look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. All kinds of time. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down. So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Back to throw here. Great protection. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big 30-yard play on third.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Kamale Correa in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Kenneth Dixon, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Denzel Perryman, a linebacker out of the University of Miami, knows how to play downhill and arrive with an oomph.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. So the offense able to recover the fumble, but it's 3rd down now. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep and got his man complete. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
1 quarter gone in this NFC divisional round matchup. 10-zip our score. We're back to Lambeau in just a moment.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Room here to run. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
I always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player. But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And Aguayo able to knock it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Bears defense now back onto the field. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that.
Right.
Totally missed it. A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. So the offense needing 4 yards. It's third down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Out of the gun now on third down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Push it back. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Green 39. Green 39.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
Green 39.
Back to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The drive begins with a run by Dixon. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Packers are looking good right now, as they will just try to keep up the good work in the second half. The Bears are vulnerable right now, coming off a rough game a week ago, and still not really finding a way to get back on track. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Bears with the football midway through the first. Graham's going to cough up possession here. He ends up picking up 42 yards and heads out of bounds. Offense out now after the fumble. They're going to get to the QB once again. This ends up as a loss of 9. Offense on the field now after the fumble. Dixon's looking for room to run, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. Packers push the lead to 10.
All right, Larry, these 2 teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Trent Murphy, the one to bring him down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Packers bring pressure, and they block it. Now taking it right down Broadway. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Walsh now for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Now back to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Offense just a yard away from the line they need to gain. 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. They'll set up to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because then you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw here. Caught left side by Cobb. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw now on 1st down. And Graham's got it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Second down and 4. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a good pickup on the ground of 7 yards, and time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bears get a bit closer. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll start the drive with Dixon. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmless. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Still third down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain, and it's 2nd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on 3rd down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself,
and he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here comes the Bears defense now back out onto the field. And the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here?
No, check.
run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that leads to a Green Bay first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now on first, Dixon again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They come out here in the eye. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd down, and the offense in search of 6 yards.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Now let's go. Boom, landed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get... Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. They come up in an offset eye. On 3rd and short, it's Dixon. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. But now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Dixon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wondered if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Dixon. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Kenneth Dixon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd down now after the pass completion. In the slot on the right is Graham.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Now the ball comes loose. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
For the defensive guys, that's wrong on just about every level. You did so many things right. Knock the ball free. You're excited you're going to get the ball. And then the offense gets it back.
The Bears defense gearing up as they take the field. And a tough spot here for the defense, kind of already with their backs against the wall.
Just gave up a touchdown on their last possession. Now starting in tough field position. One thought in mind. At worst, give up a field goal. That's the goal for them right now. No more than 3 points given up. If that happens, they'll feel really good running to the sidelines.
I would think the defensive coordinator would feel pretty good, too.
Oh, he'd be ecstatic about that. Of course, he'll say, give up none, but 3 is really the realistic goal.
And we'll see if they can hold them. And, Charles, I think when the schedule...